international master program, which is already pretty long available. We do exist since 25 years, so we have a very long record of experience. And there are a couple of differences in our program as compared to the other programs which you have seen, which we would like to elaborate a little bit on during the presentation. For example, we avoid to force you to apply through UniAssist because this simply doesn't really work well. You can apply directly at our university. Very important, we will share the slides afterwards, and the main contact data here is provided on the first page. You can either contact us anytime by email, and of course, please also do have a look at our website. So things like, for example, the module description, a detailed description of our courses, our labs, our admission requirements, all that can be found online. And by using the email address, you will actually send an email to Sabine François, who is also in the meeting. She's acting as a course coordinator, and to me will be sent, and one of us will answer it usually within 1 day. Okay, so what are we? Well, first of all, we are a University of Applied Science, which is at the moment on the edge of becoming a European university, one of the few in Germany who is moving in that direction. So we have a couple of very strong partnerships inside Europe, Dublin, in Troy, in Catalina, in Spain, in Cyprus, and some others, which also allows you to attend classes from the other universities if you are interested. We are a large University of Applied Science, so we have around about 17,000 students in 12 faculties. So more or less everything you can study in a University of Applied Science is available in Darmstadt, which is kind of a typical situation. We have a couple of large university towns, technical university towns like Aachen, Munich, Karlsruhe, and Darmstadt. And besides the very large TUs, we usually also have a very large University of Applied Science in these locations. This actually has the big advantage that the universities are pretty well known. So attendees or students who are finishing our program usually have no problem at all finding a great job in the industry. Well, this is a picture of one part of our campus. So we are located in the center of Darmstadt. It's a rural area. Frankfurt is very close by, Mainz and some other cities. And as you can see, it's well, not one of the largest cities in Germany, but a pretty large town, which still has a lot of green parks and mountains around us. So from the quality of living, also definitely an interesting area. And if you actually are interested to dive a little bit deeper into how our campus look like, simply Google HDR and 360 degree, and then you will actually be guided to this website, which allows you to go for a virtual walk around the campus. How does our university look like? Well, we are old, but we are still innovative and modern. So this is actually a view, just a few impressions. Our student cafe, our learning halls where students actually can work during or in between the lectures. Our lecture halls are, like most universities in Germany, equipped with most state-of-the-art equipment and modern opportunities. Besides studying, also living in Germany, of course, is very important. And I've already seen in the chat there have been some questions like, what can we do outside of our regular study programs? Well, we are running a couple of student projects at our university. So, for example, if you want to work a little bit in the practical field, you can join the team of our electric race bicycle, the Gauss project, where students from different faculties are working together and are doing some real engineering work. Or what is also very, very popular among our master students, you can join the faster racing team. They are now moving from a combustion engine to an electric car, which also will have some autonomous driving features. So also that, of course, is something which is of a high interest to engineering students. And of course, also sporting options. I think we have around about 20, 30 different sports which are offered on the campus at the university. As I said, our program is already a very old international program. I think it's probably the oldest international program we have in Germany. We celebrated 25 years of international master this year. And we are really very, very proud that we have a truly international community. So this is a picture of one group of our graduates who graduated 1 or 2 weeks ago. And I'm happy that to say that everybody who's on this picture actually had a job before they finished the program. So the job perspectives are really great. All the lectures are held in English. We still see that and feel that German language skills are very important. Our clear goal is that you are able to enter the German or European labor market afterwards. So we will force you to learn German. There's no way around that. But this is significantly improving your job perspective afterwards. And well, the minimum level you have to achieve will be an A2 level, but most students by now are reaching the level B1 or even B2, which is a pretty good preparation towards the German market. We have a very strong cooperation with industry. So besides studying 2 semesters in our program, you will do an internship of 1 semester in a company in Germany, and then you will do another semester as a master student or in a master thesis inside industry. So half of the program will be inside industry, half of the program will be in the university, which will obviously prepare you very well for your career. Our program is free of tuition fees. I think this is also a very important argument. And as I said before, we have the clear goal to get you into the German labor market. That's why we're running this program. And more than 80% of our graduates are actually entering the German labor market afterwards and do that in a very, very successful way. Well, what are we offering? We are not a specialized master program. I think this is also a very important difference. We offer the very traditional 4 major disciplines of electrical engineering and information technology in our program. So you can select one of the 4 majors: automation, communication, embedded, and power. We are offering, and we are very strong on providing support. So when you actually decide to apply at our university, we'll have a couple of online meetings where we will tell you everything about how to apply, how to prepare the housing, how to prepare the enrollment, what do you need to do to be in time in Germany. We support you on APS and all these other formal annoyances we have seen over the last couple of years to happen. We have a group of student guides, senior students who will support you from a student's perspective. They will also pick you up at the airport once you're flying in. They will bring you to your accommodation. They will bring you to the university on the first days so that you're sure that everything is running very smoothly. Well, during your study, we will have a lot of technical bridging classes before you're starting. So the official semester, as usually for the winter term, is starting mid of October. We are only having an intake for the winter semester, but we expect you to be here on the 1st of September. And then we are using 6 weeks to give you German classes, first block, to give you technical bridging classes, to make a lot of very nice excursions to Heidelberg, to Mainz, to Bonn, to the House of History, so that you also get a little bit of a background of where you actually have landed and what is offered. At our campus, we also, of course, have services to support you finding internship and master theses. We have an international career center. We have a very powerful and big international office. We have a student service center. They will help you with all the whereabouts during your stay inside the university. And then the story, of course, continues. You are successfully graduating one day. And we actually believe in a very strong network. So we like to stay in contact with you. And a lot of students actually, after a couple of years, they are returning to our university. They are either supervising master theses by themselves, they are supporting the juniors in entering the labor market, or this year, for the very first time, we actually have one of the graduates who graduated 4 or 5 years ago to return as a lecturer to our university. So we really have a very nice close circle. We also like to call it the Master of Science family. Well, how does the program look like? I'm Just giving you a very brief flyover of the program. Please check our website for a more detailed description. So we have 4 majors, major automation. In every major, we will have 2 subjects which are cross-major subjects. So project management and engineering responsibility will be the subject during the winter semester. Similar argument like what you have heard in Ingolstadt and Stralsund. Having a master degree, you are qualifying yourself for a management or technical lead career. So project management skills, legal skills are required. In the second semester, you will be doing a team project. So you really will do a very strong hands-on exercise and implement some nice technology. Then we have a couple of mandatory subjects, so a total of 7 mandatory subjects, 3 electives, so a lot of choice in our program, and basically the similar structure is also available for the other majors. Internship will be in the 3rd semester, and then a master thesis in industry in the 4th semester. So you can actually see this very strong focus on getting you into the industry. Communication, similar setup. Embedded, a very similar setup. And also power, a very similar setup. Besides having really state-of-the-art labs and courses, we also try to give you a good social experience. So during the month of September and March, besides the technical classes, we will have excursions to Heidelberg, to Bonn, to Mainz, and some other cities. You can attend career fairs. We will have intercultural trainings, the German classes. So there is a lot of activities around the technical lectures to really help you to have a smooth landing in Germany and in Darmstadt. Application. So as I said, we are not working with UniAssist. You can apply directly at our program, and your application will be checked by the professors of our faculty. So we are checking and having a look at all your applications, including a motivation letter. We take the time to learn about your motivation. We typically have around about 1,500 applications every year. Out of these 1,500 applications, we are selecting the top 250 admissions. So we are extremely picky on giving you access. We are really choosing the best. Best doesn't mean that we are just looking for marks or something similar, but we really look at your profile. We look at your working experience. This is highly well appreciated. We look at what you have done before, and then we decide who can join the program. Out of the 250 admissions, typically 125 are getting or are coming to Germany, and then we have an additional 25, 30 German students. So the typical strength of our 4 majors is around about 140, 150 students, which roughly means that we have around about 35 students per major. So still a comparable, well, nice class size, which allows us to really work in a very interactive way. What do we require? Well, we require a bachelor degree in electrical engineering or equivalent. We expect an excellent transcript of records. I'm not putting a mark behind that because marks from international universities cannot really be compared. Like I said, in the last couple of years, I think I've checked around about 20,000 applications. So we have a pretty good feeling what marks in certain universities and subjects do mean. So we are taking that into consideration, but you can roughly, well, calculate or expect that you have to be somewhere in the top 20% of your batch to have a good chance to enter our program. English as language of tuition is not sufficient for us. We simply have made the experience that this doesn't really mean that your English skills are good. So we expect a YIELTS or TOEFL certificate. Doesn't matter whether you have academic or general YIELTS, both is acceptable, and we expect at least a score of 6.5. As I said, working experience is appreciated, German skills are appreciated, and then we are really looking at this large group of applications and decide who can come. Application will be done based or in our own portal. I think this is pretty straightforward. The application process itself is for free. You don't have to pay anything. Only once you get accepted, you will have to pay some small administrative fees because we have to run this portal, we have to run the staff, and the costs which are not really covered by the state have to be paid by the students. But this is only a one-time payment. The rest of the program then is for free. The application timeline. Very important. We have seen actually this year for the students who applied for this winter semester that in India they started with APS. We as a university, we don't need APS. I think it's a huge hindrance in the application process. It doesn't really make sense, but the German state looks at it a little bit different. So you need APS for getting the visa, no matter at which university you are applying, unfortunately. So this is something you should do very, very early. We are starting in December with the electronic application. Then we are deciding, so somewhere mid of April, you will at the very latest get the decision. Typically, those students who are applying earlier will get the decision also a little bit earlier, because we will start working on the applications in January. And then our portal will automatically provide you the admission letter and everything else you need. Then we are moving into a second phase where you are preparing your visa and your travel. During that phase, we will have a couple of online meetings to actually support in that process. We will have our student guides being available who can also support you. So there will be a lot of support so that you actually can come to Germany 1st of September, start with the intercultural training, the language courses, the pre-semester courses, all the excursions, and then in the middle of October, start with our program. Yeah. So this as a very brief nutshell of our program. This is a picture of the students who started this year, September. So this was just at the beginning of September. As you can see, it's a very nice, very international, very motivated group. And I would be happy to actually have the one or other from you becoming a member of this family in 2024 or one of the years to come. Thank you very much for your attention.